So it looks like Disney may be putting a hold on all of their Star Wars spin-off films, including the Obi Wan movie project and Boba Fett movie, according to reliable sources. We're going to dive into what these reliable sources are saying about this news coming from Disney. And before I go any further, remember, this is just a rumor for now, but considering it's coming from reliable sources, we felt it was worth reporting on to let you all know what's going on over at Disney. Now, also, I did want to mention that the new Star Wars trilogy, helmed by Rian Johnson, and the Star Wars trilogy directed by the Game of Thrones showrunners are still in the works, as well as Jon Favreau's TV series and Dave Filoni's animated show, Star Wars Resistance. So all of those TV shows and movies are in the safe zone. They're still being worked on over at Disney, so that's very good news, and we don't have to worry about those projects being canceled, according to what the sources have told us from the community. Now, we're going to dive into what both Collider and Star Wars Newsnet are saying about all of this, and those are the people that have the sources and are giving us all of this news about the spin-off films and the fate of the spin-off films, including the Obi Wan movie as well as the Boba Fett movie. So let's start off with what Collider said first. So this is what Collider said. They said, it may be a while before we see any more movies like Solo, a Star Wars story, out of Lucasfilm. Sources with knowledge of the situation tell Collider that Lucasfilm has decided to put plans for more Star Wars story spin-off movies on hold, instead opting to focus their attention on Star Wars Episode 9 and what the next trilogy of Star Wars films will be after that film. Then they go on to say, sources tell Collider that the previously rumored Obi Wan movie was in active development, but those who were working on the film are no longer involved, and it was recently reported that Logan filmmaker James Mangold was in early talks to write and direct the Boba Fett film, but that was before Solo's release, end quote. So there's the details on that, guys. So it's not looking good, of course, for the spin-off films. How do you guys feel about this? Do you think it's a wise decision for Disney to kind of step back and focus on their new trilogies coming up and their new TV shows? What do you think about this in the comments down below? I'm very curious to see what you guys think about this. And do you think there's a way they can still kind of get Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan in one of the you know, not spin-off films, but in one of the trilogies or something like that? We'll have to see. I'm not sure if that's even possible, but I'll be honest with you, I really did want to see Ewan McGregor reprise his role as Obi-Wan. I thought it would be pretty cool, but then again, you know, it's kind of important for Disney to be building movies that have a really good lore and backstory and can have multiple films tied together in a trilogy, or maybe in a series of movies beyond a trilogy, because building a lore kind of requires more than just one movie, of course. And, you know, that's the benefit of having a trilogy. But could they have done an Obi-Wan trilogy? I don't know. That's the question. So let me know in the comments below what you think about all of this. Now, Star Wars Newsnet also said this about the situation. They said, Lucasfilm is returning focus to one project at a time per medium. So right now, the only projects in development are Episode 9, the live-action film, Star Wars Resistance, the animated series, and Jon Favreau's live-action TV series. Now, they forgot to mention the Game of Thrones movies. Collider mentioned those, so I believe the Game of Thrones movies are still in the works, or the Star Wars movies from the Game of Thrones creators is still in the works. So that's good news. They went on to say, it sounds like they will continue to develop a solid structure among those three departments under the Lucasfilm banner, with Dave Filoni still heading the animation department. Now, they also said this. They said, a second source of ours worked for a company contracted by Disney for the standalone films and recently revealed that his company was informed their contract would not be extended beyond Solo, further confirming the reports of future standalone film project cancellation. So there you go, guys. Again, multiple sources saying, hey, you know, it's not looking good for the standalone films. You know, we're probably not going to be getting an Obi-Wan film anytime soon, from what we gather, and a Boba Fett movie from what we gather. So again, how do you feel about this in the comments below? Do you think it's wise for Disney to, you know, take that step back, you know, really focus their efforts on the new trilogies coming up, the new TV series, and the animated series. Again, that's a lot of Star Wars just in those movies, so if they did a spin-off film or two in between, it might be too much Star Wars and overload for all of us. And I'm guessing that, you know, the decision was also influenced by the Solo film as well and how that performed at the theaters, of course. So, again, leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more movie news right here at the Star Wars headquarters. I want to thank you guys for joining us once again, and may the Force be with you always.